Hey guys, I just got back from Anime Expo! Hey everybody, it's Whimsy Rainbow Star, and as you can see, I am home now from Anime Expo, and oh my gosh, it was a lot of fun, and it was one of the most successful cons I've gone to. It was great, and I have lots of little stories to share with you guys, and I figured I would do a vlog separate from my usual monthly vlog, just because, you know, I can talk about AX more. Alright, so this is the first time that me and my friends, or whoever I've gone with, have gone to a hotel outside of the hotel block. Now, all the years before, we've been in the hotel block, shuttle access, everything's been pretty easy. But the cost, you guys, we just couldn't do it. And the fact that they had a rule this year on 4 people per room, like, as like a limited rule, like, because last year we had 6 people in a room. It wasn't the best idea, but, well, you can do that. But this year, I guess they were being more strict about it for all the hotels, and we were gonna need either 5 people to a room or 2 rooms. And we couldn't afford 2 rooms, and we couldn't do 5 people to a room, so we looked outside of the hotel block for another hotel that was cheaper, yet decent driving distance. And Miranda found us one, and that actually worked out because it was like a couple freeways to get to the con, and it wasn't hard at all. Like, I did all the driving, I volunteered too, it's fine. And we did a test run the night before day 0, because the new idea now is go the day before day 0, leave the day after day 4. That way, I know it's a lot of days, but that way you get like the fullest experience, you don't have to rush, you know. But the night before day 0, we went and drove down. I just wanted to see what the route was like, and it was a piece of cake. It was like the easiest. You just gotta deal with LA traffic, of course, but it was like so easy. It was like a freeway to a freeway to a freeway, bam, you're there. Like the exit was literally, oh look, there's the parking structure. So that was a cool thing to know. Yeah, day 0 was really easy. I mean, we had to wait in line because we got there at like 7, because I don't want to stand in the sun. And we have a friend who doesn't do well in the sun, so we have to be under the shade. But they all understood, and that was fine. We just had to bring stuff to entertain ourselves. Like, they had their DSs. I was drawing my erotic picture that I've mentioned in several videos on here and on TikTok Cherry Clock of Purple Guy. And I actually managed to pass out a card that day too, which was kind of cool because there was a girl sitting and chatting with us. So, funny story about the erotic picture, right? So what I did was I drew the picture initially just as a base, scanned it on my computer, and then printed out several copies that I could draw different details on because I wanted to have different things happening in the scenario. And one of them happened to have tentacles in the picture, so I was working on that, right? And I was drawing it, and I was kind of self-conscious, because I'm like, there's a penis on this picture. So, I was trying to, like, hide it from everyone, but then this lady next to me, I guess she'd been looking over my shoulder, and I didn't know, and she's like, oh, that's a really good drawing, and I was like, she said it legitimately, like, she was honestly saying that's a good drawing, but it was just really funny, because I'm like, I'm drawing tentacle porn, and she's just like, that's a really good drawing, and I'm just like, I was so like self-conscious, like, oh my god, this is embarrassing, but thank you, like, but like, I was just like, oh, thank you, and I just kind of chuckled, because I'm like, well, I mean, but it was really funny, but, you know, it was cool, and we got our badges pretty quick, and I think we pretty much took off after that, and I think that was the night that we ate at Applebee's, during happy hour, and, I got buzzed, but then that's the thing, I wasn't 100% done with Bayonetta by the time we left for AX. I was panicking trying to get whatever I could done before we left, and she was still not finished. Mainly what I had to do was attach the chain to her suit. I stayed up till 2 in the morning, was it 2? 2:30, doing Bayonetta's cosplay, and I finally finished it. And the next morning, putting it on, I had a panic attack because nothing was working right. The wig that my cousin fixed for me, we took it off the wig head and it was too small. Like, because it was all pulled up, the cap that holds the wig had shrunk. So me and Miranda had to Miranda had to bobby pin it into my black wig cap, puncturing it, and even then the wig itself, the knot that she's got was pulling back. So we had to go to Cosplay Repair and glue it with a glue gun, and then it stayed, and she put some more bobby pins in it. So Miranda helped up with that. But functioning in that cosplay is impossible. Like, because I had to drive, so I didn't put the gloves on, I didn't put the shoes on, and the gloves also somehow got black paint on them, so I was, like, freaking out, trying to wash it off, and then the glove was wet, and I'm like, I don't want to sit here with a wet glove, ew. It was a disaster morning, and I had like 2 hours of sleep because I hadn't slept for some reason. I went to bed at like 2:30 and I couldn't fall asleep. So, like I said, in a span of like from like a span of 4 days, I had about 10 hours of sleep. So I was exhausted. We were all tired, but I was just like, I know how much sleep I've had, so it's not been a lot. Because with the new schedule I've been trying to sleep with, this obviously didn't work. And everyone ended up waiting on me, and I felt really bad about that, but we got to the con, we got parked. Bayonetta's cosplay was very, very popular. And I really appreciated all the photographs that were taken. And it was mostly in the photo room because I couldn't really get out of there because it was hard to walk. But my friend Brent took some photos of me because he started a new, he's trying to do photography professionally. I will have a link in the description below for his website that they just put up, I think. And he's gonna get the photos to me soon, hopefully, but he took some pictures of me, and my friend Almus surprised me and dressed as Luca. And because I knew that his cosplay was a surprise, and my thought was he's either doing Sebastian or he's doing Luca. Sure enough, it was Luca. But he put the cosplay together really well, and he had my friend stitch a scarf, because, you know, his scarf's kind of got a specific pattern, but she actually stitched him a scarf, and that was really cool. And he had really cool looking boots, really cool looking gloves, you know, and he was a Luca cosplayer, so that was cool, and we did a couple pictures with him, and that was a lot of fun. But the cosplay started wearing on me throughout that day. The bodysuit was fine, it was just the shoes. And I kind of cheated the night before with the chain. I got fed up with sewing it on. I glued it on. It worked the same, so it was like, why did I not just do this in the first place? And Bayonetta's ribbons kept getting caught on stuff from her hair. They were gorgeously long. I made them really long, but they got caught on everything. They were hitting my shoes at some point. It was kind of crazy. But then the shoes were so painful, and trying to walk or function with the guns on them was not happening. I have to figure out what to do to fix that. But we got some good pictures, I'm pretty sure, like the poses and stuff. But just doing those crazy poses of Bayonetta's for like 20 minutes with the guns on killed my legs. My legs were tired and sore for like the next 3 days. But it was fun, and we didn't really do much the first day. We saw Mega 64. That was the only panel I went to the entire con. It's usually the way it goes. But they were a little bit late, and I think it's because people were lingering in the panel before. But oh my gosh, their Final Fantasy VII video made me laugh so hard I was crying. It was so funny, and you know, they're just funny as usual. I love those guys, and you know, I hope that me and Miranda can be as funny as they are in TikTok Cherry Clock, you know, because they do dumb stuff and I love it. After that, I waited around for a friend of mine who was going to do another photo shoot with me. He's been doing photography for a while. I met him back in 2013 when I was dressed as Snake the first time, and he took a photo shoot of me, and I got his card and we became friends. So after that, we left. My feet were wrecked. Like, let me see if I can show you guys. See that? Both ankles from the shoes. Oh god. Because the fabric of the shoes was so raw, and I didn't think to cover it. It just rubbed on my ankles and just killed them, and it was just like, oh. So I don't know what to do about the shoes. They completely fell apart by the end of it. The straps I'd put on them came off, all that stuff. And also, the medallions on her sleeves were fine. The medallions on her ankles broke apart, so I didn't do those very well. So I apologize for it looking great in, like, the time lapses, but it didn't hold up in the actual function of things. But again, there may have been accidental jostling of stuff. The guns kind of broke apart too, but they're still intact. It's just the trinkets fell off and a couple other things. The guns were okay for peace bonding. Like, they were like, yeah, they're fine. They're bright red. We don't care. As long as you have the thing that's displayed. Because I was worried they were going to be like, oh, these don't have orange tips, you know, and whatever. But it's like, I think that as long as the gun's like an unrealistic color, it's okay. So they didn't care. So that was good. So day 2, I did Grill. Because, okay, on day 1, I'd accidentally misplaced my business cards in Miranda's purse, and it was the purse she wasn't using, so we couldn't find them that morning, so I didn't have them, and that really pissed me off, but it was like, whatever, we'll find them. By the time we did Grill, I had found them, and I put them in my chainsaw purse, because it's a box or whatever. They were also okay with that at peace bonding, and I was kind of worried about that too. I'm like, I hope they're not like, oh, you're not supposed to have a compartment on your weapon or some crap like that, but it's like, it's my purse. I don't have pockets on this cosplay, but Grell worked out fine. I didn't get the teeth because they just didn't work. But it would have been so hard to talk anyway. But what people seemed to appreciate was the chainsaw. People actually really liked that I did the chainsaw. I got a lot of comments about that. Like, I guess a lot of people don't do the chainsaw very often. And so people really liked that about that. So, and I even got pictures of me chainsawing them, just as for fun, you know. Like, there was some guy at a booth who was like, I was walking behind him, just walking like normal, and his friend was like, oh, look out, there's a chainsaw, and then we ended up taking pictures together, and it was really funny. So, you know, Grell was pretty good, and Miranda was Lady Red, and she was a really adorable Lady Red. You'll see on TikTok Cherry Clock later once we get the videos up this week. And we didn't stay as long that day, because I think we were just kind of bored at that point. Like, because here's the thing, day 2 was on Saturday, so it was the busiest day, and oh my god, it was a sea of people. I didn't go to the exhibit hall day 1 or Artist Alley. Day 2 I went into the exhibitor hall, but not Artist Alley, but it was too hard to navigate. But I did purchase a couple posters. I'll show you guys in a sec. But we were like, you know what, there's too many people, we're not really that excited right now. So we went back to the hotel, did a couple other things, and, you know, took a video or two. Actually, we just did one. Day 3 is when I did Snake. I revived the Snake cosplay because I thought, let's just bring him for fun, because I needed a cosplay that had flat shoes, because my feet were dying at this point, because Grell's weren't flat either. They weren't as bad as Bayonet's, but they weren't flat. So we did that, and I had to adjust Snake's cosplay and cosplay repair again. We went to cosplay repair every single morning, but Snake's harness was too tight because I was skinnier when I wore it last, but that worked out. People, they weren't as excited about my Snake cosplay, but I was more interested in watching other people. I also found on day 3 the best cosplay I have ever seen, and I will show you guys here. I love it. That's the best. Oh my god. Yeah, that was the best cosplay because, will you guys see it? I mean, it's like, there were cosplays that were like based on their construction or their design were great, but this cosplay was just, it just made me smile so much and made me laugh, and I loved it just because it was funny, and that was my favorite cosplay, you know. So thanks to that guy who did the sexy papyrus thing. I'm glad we got that on video. Day 3 we stayed the longest, I think. Well, maybe not, I don't remember, but you know, we did a lot of shopping, we ran around, and on day 3 is also when we discovered where Artist Alley was. I've never been into Kentia Hall before, because it was like, they did it weirdly this year. They did like all the exhibitors in the exhibit hall, all the artists were in another room, so I had to find that. Then I had to look for Susie, because Susie was there from Game Grumps. And I didn't have a program on me. I'm like, oh god, where's Susie? I gotta find her. And then someone finally directed me to her, and I got to meet her, and I got her autograph, which made me really happy. I didn't have anything else to sign, but it's cool. That's why I've got all these on it, because I'm gonna hang this up in my room, because that's really cool. She was really sweet, she's so pretty, and it was really cool to be able to meet her, even if it was only for like 30 seconds. I didn't want to keep up the line, because, you know, she's another female gamer, and I feel like she's kind of an inspiration for me to be, you know, be like how she is, and, you know, it'd be cool to be even half as great as she is, so it's like, that was really cool to be able to meet her. Thank you, Susie. It was really cool of you to be there, and I got to shake her hand, and, you know, she liked my Snake cosplay, so that was cool too. I wish I could have gone down there as Bayonetta, because that would have been really cool to show her, but I just couldn't. It's so exhausting, but she got to see my Snake cosplay, so that was cool. And we did some shopping in Artist Alley, and, you know, I also took a picture with Susie, and I tweeted it, and Susie liked the tweet, so that made me feel really happy too, even though it was like a simple little thing, but I was like, oh, you know, whatever. On day 4, we pretty much just took it easy. We didn't cosplay, we wore flat shoes, and ran around and shopped. That was day 4. And so I got tons of, I think I bought 21 posters, you guys. They were having great deals, and there was excellent artwork, and I went a little nuts. I had to actually stop myself after a while. And then after we went back, because we kind of left around like maybe 3 after the exhibit hall closed, we went and had lunch, and we're like, you know what, me and Miranda just grabbed some boba from the truck, which is, by the way, the best boba I've ever had. We had it day 3 and day 4, and we were like, whoa, amazed. So thank you, Boba Truck, for being awesome. I forget what the name of it was, but it's like the one boba truck that's there, which is really popular, of course. We got boba, and then we went home, or went to the hotel, and we watched fireworks, because the neighborhood that we were in, it's one of those neighborhoods in LA that you're allowed to do, like, you know, firecrackers and sparklers and stuff. Of course, and, you know, people were doing big fireworks too. Let me show you what we saw at our window.
Far away.
Yeah, well, that's the cool part. You can tell. Whoa! Oh, that's the big one. Shit. Woohoo! It was really cool to be able to get that kind of a view because we were on the 3rd floor, so we got to see some, like, a 360. You'd see fireworks. It was really cool. I guarantee I wouldn't have seen that here at home. So that was a really cool thing to just watch. It was like a free show, you know. And so that was a really cool way to end it. And then yesterday I drove Miranda home and then came home myself, which was like a 7-8 hour drive. Oof. So that was fun. Basically, I had to go up north and then come back south. So that was, yeah. I'm gonna show you. I haven't put everything on my wall yet, but let me show you what's on my wall so far. Okay, so not all of this is like new, but so I have an Undertale wall. As you can see, most of it's papyrus, but you know I've got like I had to get sans with papyrus because I'm like I can't just you know get one, you know. And then this group picture of Undertale is just so cool, and all stuff. And then I got, let's see, the picture of Springtrap, Fredbear, and the group shot are new. The Markiplier one and the Golden Freddy have been there for a while. I rearranged a couple things for the wall, but I still have some more posters to put up, and I might show you guys that later. But that's part of what I got. So as you can see, I'm wearing lots of souvenirs and crap. He's so cute. My little Napstablook look plushie, and he's knitted. He's so cute. I feel bad that he's crying. The other ones had like they had like ones of him with headphones on, and I didn't really get that. Maybe I'm not that far into the game, but I was like, he's so soft. Oh my gosh! And as you can see, I've got from the same place a Bonnie hood. He looks funny. And then I've got like all these little badge thingies. I went a little nuts with purchases. I bought a Bonnie, and he comes with a piece of Springtrap. It's hard to see, but there's a Springtrap piece in there. When you buy all 5, you can put Springtrap together, and well, Springtrap's my favorite one, so I want to get all 5. I couldn't at AX because I couldn't spend $75 on 5 of these, so I'm just like, I'll just collect them as I go. I also bought the remaining 3 volumes of my friend and his, the 4 Lords. My friend's one of them, but their book series, the Curseborn Saga, and they came out, that's why it's upside down. They came out with the manga, which you could only get at AX, so I'm really excited to look into that, even though I think this is it's still the first volume, but it's cool to see it in manga form. So that's been a lot of excitement and stuff. And their book, the series has really grown, and I was so glad to see that because they actually had like a booth at the exhibitor hall, so much bigger than it was last year, and it was so cool that it had grown that much, and next year it's going to be even bigger, and they're still going to be there. So that was a really cool thing. So those were the goodies that I got, aside from the things on me, you know, whatever. So it was a very exhausting con, but it was also very successful. And I had a lot of fun. I hope my friends did too. They seem like they did, you know. And I'm looking forward to next AX. I want to cosplay something a little less crazy, though. This is why I wanted to cosplay Edgeworth now. Because he would be easy to do. He'd have pockets. He'd be, like, not all crazy decked out with stuff. And probably comfortable because he wears flat shoes. So there's that. One thing I did notice was that Black Butler cosplayers were really scarce. I know that there was a gathering or two, but we didn't go on that day. But, like, other than that, I feel like I saw no Black Butler cosplayers. Maybe, like, a couple here and there, but there were no Sebastians. Especially the day I cosplayed Girl, I was hoping to find one at least, but we didn't. But it was, it's kind of interesting. It's like, oh, is it finally, like, kind of not as popular anymore? I don't know. But people seem to really like seeing Grill and Lady Red together, so that was cool. So now that AX is over, I'm looking forward to getting back to my life because it's been crazy the past couple weeks, so I'm very glad. I mean, I'm glad it's over, but I'm also, like, sad, you know, because all that stuff. But I'm looking forward to next year, and hopefully you guys will too. And hopefully I'll get some more subscribers after all the cards I passed out. You know, I think that helped a little bit, so that was really good. And so hopefully if you guys went to AX, you had fun as well. And so I will see you guys next time. And until then, stay whimsical.